Assalamu alaikum. Myself, the constitutional advocate, Gurreez Ashfaq, and today is the 29th of the July, and I'm advocate, and I'm going to raise again a landmark judicial question, constructive legal questions regarding the issues of the females in the whole of the globe. Yes, now it is a primary issue that we are observing those females which are becoming a subject matter of the destitution. Destitution means rejected females by the civil societies or the vulnerable females groups in associations with the destitute groups of the females in whole of the globe. Now it is non-settled precedent in custom which should be addressed to the Republicans or other statesmen that we are observing the confrontational brought up of the females, and such females want to have the proper method of the reconciliation of a living standard in all of the globe, but due to the ultra challenges in the globe, the females have been and had been suffering a lot. Now the divorces rates are higher at stakes in the globe, and the females are subjected with the legal challenges. Now it is another problem with the female that whenever the female become a subject of rejection by the public department or the private institution or the household maintenance failures or to the rejections to the marriages, thereafter what are the basic challenges that such females will have to subject in the public sector or in the private entities or in the household maintenance issues. These three sectors have been categorized in the public area while reforming the reformative services to the females at large of the globe, that we have to understand that the population overgrowth rate is higher of the females than males in the globe, and the females have to surrender such customary precedents in the favor of the males in order to maintain their conjugal relationships or the marriage ties in perfection in association with the constructive perfect marriage reconciliation ties modes of assessment of marriage successful. But unfortunately we are observing that due to the customary precedents, failures, maintenance, due to the negative or to the social myths in the public sector, the females are being subjected with the multi-neglected challenges in the public sector. Today there is a minority of the humans who are going to provide the share of the properties to the females in chivalry of the inheritance by the wills or the consent involuntarily. Yes, not voluntarily. In Pakistan, India and Bangladesh and other countries or reciprocating to the Asian countries, the males do not provide the share of the inheritance to the females in shape of their inheritance. They give it as a marriage or as a gift to as a marriage certification, and eventually whenever a female claims her a share or a proportion to the right of the proprietary area of the property share, such females decline such share eventually on the counterpart of the relatives of the said females in question to the public litigation. This is the number one problem in the Asian countries, and now we have observed another problem regarding the overpopulous Asian females, that such females are not even willing to have a moderate man of wisdom for their marriage. Yes, nowadays females are being manipulated at the counterparts of the manipulated males at default and the fiscal reconciliation method of assessment. Yes, and we are observing that the females are becoming subjected to the drugs, anti-narcotic services enactment areas. Yes, such females need reconciliation of the human psychological disorder management issues in the Pakistan, India and the other reciprocating Asian countries especially. And we have been observing in the civil courts and the session courts and the higher courts that originally the females have been facing a lot of the challenges due to the maintenance issues, due to the guardian issues. Guardian means such issues which are subjected with the maintenance laws of the children in subject of the divorcee females. And nowadays the females are having a lot of the divorces, like it's very natural thing nowadays. The females don't feel ashamed of such things, and the males and the well-groomed wise males, they are not willing to marry because they fear a lot of the things, because they consider that the females are huge in quantity, and despite of marrying them, they must use such females in relationships and reject them after using their conjugal parts. And meanwhile, such females do not have the sufficient way of execution of a marriage ties in the upper age limit of the said females in question, which becomes a subjected narcotics after the upper age limit 40, 50. Such females are fined in the public sector to doing drugs, doing prostitution offences. Number 3, the brothel houses maintenance. Yes, we are observing the Lahore School of the brothel houses services. Yes, and now the urban and the rural areas are also doing such services in the Pakistan, especially, but which is prohibited under the law of the land. Despite of doing these prohibition orders to such brothel houses or the private services, the government is not willing to make such prohibition order, because such brothel houses are providing black sources of incomes to the state institutions, and state is not willing to decrease their wealthy use in the Lahore city, Karachi and Islamabad. These 3 areas of the Pakistan are representing a state of prostitution, yes, and the males are not willing to get married, and despite of considering the males. And so what is the purpose of Islamic preachings to the males at fiscal default and the religious defaults? Yes, these are some affirmative questions which must be responded to the public at large for their reformative services. So we have observed that the females are just showing their bodies in the social media applications, TikTok, Facebook and other YouTube videos, in the name of the publicity stunts, in order to maintain their personal wealth statements, and thereafter such females become a trophy wife in their upper age limits, and eventually such females, I have observed and responded such cases that such females face brutal offenses on the counterpart of their husbands, torture cases, and the premature deaths after marriages of their children. Yes, because the tolerance level of the males in Pakistan, India is very low. Yes, they cannot afford the females to be voluntarily performing their things. Nowadays, after affording such opportunities of inconvenience on the counterpart of the females' neglection rights, we have to make such laws which will provide the rights to the females in perfection, in order to make them modest in the civil societies, respectable as well. But despite of such consideration, the legal one, the females are trying to portray to be European style or the American style or the British style, despite of considering the Islamic preachings. And this is the issue the females are suffering in the whole of the Asian countries. We are Muslim somehow, and we have to derivate some Muslim preachings, and there must be the federal Shariat laws, applications, prohibition. There must be stricto sensu application of marriage rights for such females which are becoming old. Despite of consideration of the wills of the such females must be wedded before getting expired to the graveyard or to the cemetery. These things must be compulsory. A marriage is a compulsory action for a female in order to maintain her future generation for the welfare of a civil society or a religious society. So as far as I see and we observe, now the females need proper institutions in the joint circles of the whole of the states of the globe. Yes, the vulnerable institution of the females of the globe, and there must be the law regarding the information of such females, that such females who are living the life of a vagabond approved criminal or a vagabond wanderer or any other female who is rejected by the civil society, destitute female, prostitute female, such females must be combined in a cell in an institution for the vulnerable welfare of the vulnerable females groups, and such females must be provided the sufficient reliable resources as to relocate their physical appearance as well as their physical performance of the economical resources for the development of their upcoming years, as to execute their upper age limit or their older ages or their extreme old age. Such females must be provided such rights. Vulnerable association of groups of the females must be provided the reliable source of the rights. Otherwise, the females will have no option in whole of the globe as to just do the drugs or do the negative activities of the prostitution or maintaining brothel houses or doing the fraud marriages or doing the multiple relationship maintenance, because of the inheritance of the mixed culture or the multicultural. Stay blessed, take care.